I'm Joseph.
I'm Brooke, and welcome to our channel. You can give that a nice thumbs up and hit subscribe if you like, and we're gonna go ahead and start talking about the beginning of our
Financial freedom journey. We're not financially free yet, but we're on the way.
But pretty much the point of our channel is just to kind of show you where we started and kind of maybe where you can follow along, because we're just working normal jobs. You're in the what?
Military, in the army.
Yeah. And how do you like it?
I don't, but whatever. That's why I'm doing this.
Right. Or I work a typical 9:30 to 6, well, it's like 9 to 5 type of job, and making about 18 an hour, just standard. We're not crazy high paying jobs and stuff and making a ton of money. That's just work normal.
So, as you can tell, we're married. We're both 22 years old, and we're debt free, paid off our vehicles, all that good stuff. So, we got married when she was 19, I just turned 20, and then we moved in together out here in Texas.
From Phoenix, Arizona.
From Arizona, what's up? So, yeah, when we first moved out here, we got an apartment, $700, and we were still making a good amount of money. Not really, probably like $4,000 together, $4,500.
I was working at a chiropractic office making $9 an hour, I think.
And yeah, but whatever. So we were still doing good. It's not like we had big bills or nothing. When the time I was driving a car that was paid off, she was driving her car from high school that still paid off, and we were just living a good life. But at the end of every month, we were still broke, even though our bills probably weren't more than $2,000 at the time.
It's your typical Wi-Fi, didn't have cable, cut all the stuff you don't really honestly need. Your phone has everything. What do you need TV for? Anyways, so internet, water bill, your apartment bill, mortgage, whatever it may be.
$700, our internet, all the other stuff was probably like
groceries and gas. That's what changes.
Bought the ring, but when I bought her ring, I took a loan out on it.
And for other things as well, which you got a little carried away.
Took a loan out for the ring, and then I also went and bought a dog. You know.
A cute, big, fluffy cotton ball.
Yeah, but
you'll see.
It wasn't smart at the time, but that's where kind of this whole journey is going to take you guys with us. We obviously didn't start out smart, really immature and kids, but if we're 22 and we have almost $30,000 in savings, then you guys could do it as well. So what happened was, she's always been smart, like I said. So she came in, and I had the money to pay off the ring. I just didn't do it. So I always thought debt was good. That's how you build your credit score. That's how you do everything else.
Lies.
You don't learn financial stuff in school, and that's the problem nowadays. You just learn educational stuff, I guess, that you still don't use on an everyday basis, but nothing about money really. So she was smart. Her dad's really good with money, all that. She's always been a save. I've always been a spend. So while I was asleep, she went in my bank. At this time, we have separate bank accounts. She went in my bank, and she pays off all of my debt with my money. And I woke up.
Our money, the military.
Our money, whatever. So because we're married, so whatever.
So if
I was young.
Know, tell people that don't know about the military. So when you get married, they pay for you to either you live on post for free, or you can choose to live off post, and they call it BAH, Basic Housing Allowance. BHA? Anyways, Basic Housing Allowance, and then they just pay for you like $1,000 something a month. So of course, take that money and get your house. If you get a house that's smaller, our apartment was $700, so we were pocketing like
gross
whatever amount.
We were supposed to be pocketing money, but we weren't. We were still spending it, which was the point.
Right.
So she went in and she paid off all of my debt, and I woke up furious because this is the talks you need to have before you get married and all that. It's about financial stuff, and that's like the number one cause of divorces in America.
How much?
Is
like $1,000-ish?
money problems.
No, it wasn't like $1,000. Was it $1,000?
I still owed like $2,300 on the ring.
But I had put like a $700 or $600 payment to it. Either we had gotten taxes or
I just put like a $600-700 payment to it, and then when I was asleep, she paid off the rest because we got in an argument. She wanted me to put more, and I didn't put more.
And keep in mind, I wasn't just using his money. My paychecks were also going towards my ring because I didn't want to have debt, and I was watching the interest. Just got charged another $100 for interest.
So like I said,
$100?
She's a smart one. I'm not. So that's kind of the start of us paying off our debt. We got in an argument, and
let's correct you. You're very smart. He's not giving himself enough credit because we wouldn't be where we're at.
So
he wasn't doing that.
She paid off the debt, and that was the start of our beginning, really, paying off debt and all those other things. So we still didn't save. I've always believed in the get rich quick schemes. I tried doing penny stocks. I did the what's it called? Trading currencies. What, I forgot what it's even called right now. Whatever. MetaTrader 4, if you know what I'm talking about.
Don't
know.
do it. It's
Yeah, I
a
put like
lie.
1,600 in Robinhood, and I made a little bit off Robinhood.
Like 400 and it was gone.
And then the 1,500 I put in my Hugo's Way and that MetaTrader 4. Oh, Forex trading. Yep, that's what it's called. I lost it all. So, yep, that's about it.
A
So
lot.
she made
Over
us.
$1,000. What was that? Almost two.
I pretty much lost
grand.
like $3,500 total, but look at her face. Yeah, she hates it. So at that point,
That's crazy.
while I was doing this, her dad, we went home one Christmas.
Hold up, wait a second. 3,500. I thought you told me it was like
It was like 1,000. It was like 1,500 each.
in both of them.
Yes. So I lost that. Doesn't matter because we're doing better now. It's in the past. You got to grow. You got to trial and error, which I sure enough went through it. So
What do you mean in both of them?
okay, so we went home one Christmas, and her dad got us a book
What the hell?
from Dave Ramsey. Everyone, if you're on your way to financial freedom, you should know who Dave Ramsey is. His 7 Baby Steps. And of course, I did not read this book. Brooke did not read this book.
I looked into it. I thought I
We-
read it in March. Yes, I did.
It's read now, but at that time when we first got it, we were like, we're not reading this. And we just said thank you to our dad because, of course, he was trying to do the right thing, but we were young. We didn't really know. So on our way back from Arizona, we ended up watching his podcast, Dave Ramsey.
Listening to while we were on
Listening.
the road.
I was driving. Yes, we were just listening to it. And he was talking about his 7 baby steps and how to do it.
Keep in
And-
mind, the ride is a 14-hour car ride, so you get bored. So we
Yeah.
thought, you know what, may as well give it a try because we're not going to read it. Let's just listen to it. And it honestly wasn't that bad. You think I'd give you a podcast? I'd rather go to sleep.
So,
It's not that bad. It's really not.
so we ended up listening to it, and he pretty much tells about how he became a millionaire, and then he went bankrupt and became a millionaire again. Well, if somebody become a millionaire twice, why not listen to them and follow them and do what they said they did and use those steps?
Not only that, but what else have we listened to?
I listened to him, Chris Hogan.
What he says, he has other callers call into a station, and he kind of just yells at them like, "You're an
Yeah,
idiot.
he
What are
tells
you
them
doing
what they're
this?"
doing financially
He's
wrong.
funny. He's good to listen to. He's not like some boring guy like, "Oh, no."
Property. So we tried to buy a foreclosure, and we applied for 11 different houses, and then finally we bought this one. It's a 5-bedroom, 2,000 square foot house. It's got a half-acre backyard, and it was a foreclosure. We bought it for 172. It's worth about probably like 205 right now. The house in the area is selling. The last one just sold for 205, so we're assuming right around there. And
it was not
We
easy getting a house. It
11
was
tries.
very
11
hard.
tries. But
We were even. This house was at 150,000. We paid 172,000. It was $22,000 over the asking price, and that was not the first time. We put thousands of dollars over the asking price, and we were still either outbid or there's just multiple people in the same
But
offer.
that's what
It
happens
was
when you try to
tough.
buy a foreclosure. So we ended up doing that. We
It's worth
moved in.
it.
We moved in here, and we ended up buying another car because my Charger that I was driving at the time, the transmission went out.
Ouch.
So
But hey, if it happens to you, you can go on off-road, sell it, and we got like what?
1,200.
$12,000?
It was like 1,200.
Oh.
We didn't get nothing for it really, but we still sold a car that didn't work. We were gonna just pay to fix it, but when I got this car in high school from my brother, and it already had over 250,000 miles. It was a 2010 Charger, so if it's 2016 and it has over 200,000 miles, obviously my brother was driving a lot from North Carolina back to Arizona, all this stuff because he was in the Marines. So the transmission ended up going out, and we decided to get a new car. So we bought a 2000. We didn't buy a new car. This was when we're kind of not on our way, but we know we don't want debt. So we bought a 2013 Kia Optima EX. It has all the nice features in it. It has a backup camera, everything in it. So you don't need to buy a new car to get all the fancy features at all. It has seat warmers, double sunroof, it has everything. And she still drives her 1998 Lexus EX. So
It works.
hers hasn't gone out. When hers goes out, we'll go buy another used car. So we started living our frugal life. So we paid this car for $13,000. After we still started paying it off, but not big chunks. We were like, let's not because we weren't 100% into our savings. So we ended up paying this car. It took us a whole year. right? We put 1,000 to it pretty much every month, and then our tax money to it, and we paid it off within a year. So
Literally,
literally
right at a year.
at a year,
And
which
that was our
is
goal.
extremely good. If you can pay off your car in a year, do it. If you can buy a car with all your cash on hand, do it. That's the best financial move
It had
for you.
40,000 miles on it.
44,000 miles, 2013 car, one owner. It was nice. It is nice.
And don't just when you go to the dealership, make them work on their price. They will always
They charged us
eyeball it.
15, but we got them down to 13 with the closing and everything in it with the taxes. So we did pretty good.
You're
So
talking about the first car. We did have a first car, and then we got into an accident.
well,
After 6 days of having a car. But
yeah.
anyway,
So
at the dealership, we literally, it's kind of off track, but what it was listed for 13,000, and then we were like, oh, we really can only spend 1,200.
It was 13.5 on the paper after taxes came out to almost 15, and we told them our most we could spend is 12,000 with taxes, but we ended up, they brought it down to 12,000 total for the car, but taxes brought it up to 1,300. So it took us a year to pay off this car.
But anyways, just the whole point of me interrupting that part was we were we can't, sorry. So we walked to the car, sat down, and we're in there that was a really nice car. We were sitting there talking about it in the car, and then all of a sudden you hear and we look up in the window, and that guy rolled down the window, and we're like, what's up? And he said, I'll do 1,500 or whatever it was, 1,500, 12,500, I can't see numbers.
So we ended up getting this house, or this car. We paid it off literally at a year. At the end of this year, it was November, so we ended up going back home to Arizona for Christmas leave, right? So, or holiday block leave, my bad. People that don't believe in Christmas. So we go home, and we are really into Dave Ramsey. We just paid off the car. I'm done with my get quick rich schemes that I've tried. We're living in our house. Nothing's worked so far. So let's finally listen to Dave Ramsey. So we do. And we put $1,000 emergency fund, right? We didn't save nothing else because we knew we were going home for Christmas, and we still had no money at the end of every month, like I was saying.
And we got another dog.
And we got another dog, and a Australian Shepherd. So we ended up.
Our first dog's an Akita. But anyway, he was lonely. You can't just have one dog. You gotta have a friend. Imagine if you were by yourself all the time, didn't have interaction.
So
with someone of your kind. I got way off track. We need to cut that.
we end up going home, and we're telling her dad and all this stuff, and at this time we're deciding whether we want to sell our foreclosure house whenever we moved to Arizona at 2021. Whenever I was supposed to get out, it was 2019 when we bought it. So we're telling him it's last Christmas, so 2019 December, and we're telling him about it, and he's saying sell it, but we don't know. We're still trying to go down our path, right? So since January to now, August, middle of August, we're at $27,500 in our savings, and we're debt free, right? She has her associate's degree. I'm 5 classes away from my associate's degree.
Which the military paid for the last part of my schooling, which I didn't even know.
So yeah.
For you military wives, it's called My CAA.
So last October, Brooke got a job selling insurance, and she's making $18 an hour. So that really helped us. So last October and then last December when we started our saving, because we really started doing our budget, really listening to Dave Ramsey, and we realized we were making almost $6,000 a month, and our bills were only $2,400. So why do we not have money in our savings? If we're making all this money, how come we don't have an emergency fund? How come we don't have anything? So we started to knock it out, right? We started to do our baby step 1, 2, and 3, and that's where we're at. So we saved our $1,000 emergency fund. That's baby step 1. Baby step 2 is pay off all your debt. All our debt is gone, everything. Baby step 3 is save 3 to 6 months of savings for in case somebody gets fired or something like that. So just a fully funded emergency fund at that point, which has come in handy. Our AC's gone out, a whole bunch of things. So we're slowly starting to fix things. Washing machine just went out. We haven't bought one yet, but we're going to. We'll take you guys.
Because we're waiting for a good deal.
So that's all it is.
You really don't need it.
Gone to a laundromat. We've done a laundry last for a month twice.
I have to do the laundry once a week.
So yeah, it's cost $10 total for us to go to this laundromat do our laundry, because our dryer still works. We just bring it here, do the dryer here. So we ended up, now we're at $27,500, and
should we show them?
She wants to show you guys so you don't think we're lying.
So this is just my screen share, my bank account log, which I'm obviously not going to show you, just so you don't think, oh, maybe it's a screenshot.
So it's pretty cool having that money.
And then, so this is the savings, which I just redeemed as savings. Let's not show the banking information. So you can see, it's probably, I don't know if that's backwards, but I'll just show that part.
$27,400 in our savings we have about $27,500 because she has money in her checkings too. I still have $1,000 on my checkings for this month, and she gets paid again. So by the end of the month, she will have $5,100 in our savings, or 29. It depends on how much I can put from my 1,000 left over into the money. So that's pretty much where we're at and how we got started. Either way, what I'm trying to tell you guys, what we're trying to tell you guys is, even if you're 18, 19, 20, and you think that you need to go spend your money and live your life because you're young in your 20s, and in your 30s, that's when you're going to have a family, and that's when you're going to start to have to give up your life, I guess. That's how a lot of people really look at it. That's when you're giving up your life and you're falling into the trap and all that. But we're really trying to tell you guys, it's a mindset, and if you work now in your 20s and you save and you do everything you need to do, then in your 40s and in your 50s, you'll be able to live the life you want to live. And that's really our goal in life, is to work now hard and later on really relax. We're done with our debt. We have both working vehicles. We're not living a bad life. We are being frugal. We're not buying things that we don't need to buy.
But when we do, we can just...
We go out and we still enjoy ourselves. We go on dates probably like once a week, honestly.
Next video, you'll see ways we cut down and got creative and saved hundreds, if not thousands of dollars.
So go ahead and look up Dave Ramsey. Start your guys' selves down this financial path of financial freedom when you're older. It starts now. Don't wait until you're in your 30s or 40s and you're struggling. How many people don't have a house paid off? How many people are in debt when they're older? How many people are struggling and can't retire when they're super old? Like, just plan now. That's all that really matters. Just live your life that you need to live and enjoy it, but at the same time, be smart. That's all we're trying to tell you guys. In our next video, we'll go over our August budget, because it's August. It's halfway through August. But yes, we're going to show you how much we saved in August, and then in September or end of August, probably like, we're going to show you guys our September budget, because we have more things we have to spend in September. So every month your budget should be changing a little bit, and you should know how much and pretty much what every dollar is going to. So you guys just, if you want more videos, just stick around. They're coming. We'll get more detail. We just want to give you guys a quick glimpse of who we are and kind of how we started down this path.
Bye.